Child pornography is a global problem. Child pornography includes any image, however created, or any description of a person under the age of 18 years or made to appear to be under the age of 18 years engaged in sexual conduct.
I think it's important to understand that there are two aspects that the board is concerned with, and the first one is the classification of films. Now, the Act provides for the compulsory classification of all films that are distributed or exhibited in South Africa. And the corollary to that is that no film may be distributed or exhibited without having been classified by the board. Classification decisions therefore have legal effect, and it would be an offense to distribute or exhibit a film in conflict with the decision of the board made in terms of the Act. Insofar as the second phase is concerned, the anti-child pornography phase, the Act makes child pornography punishable, and the board helps police, prosecutors in investigating and prosecuting cases of child pornography. The Films and Publications Act number 65 of 1996, in fact, is the legal basis for all the work of the board, particularly with regard to the classification of films and publications, which means, therefore, that any decision taken by the board has legal force and effect. So all classification decisions are legally enforceable. No film may be distributed or exhibited in South Africa before it has been classified by the board. And to exhibit or distribute a film in conflict with the decision of the board would amount to a prosecutable legal offense.
To comply with the Film and Publications Act, Section 18 of the Act requires that all distributors of films must register with the Films and Publications Board, and every film that is intended for distribution in South Africa has to be submitted to the Films and Publications Board for classification. Section 26, subsection 2 further requires that all films that are distributed must display the classification details. Classification details being the age rating, the consumer advice, as well as the classification reference number.
We need to be guided in terms of what exactly the norms and values that prevail out there, and we need to be absolutely certain that the guidelines we implement are exactly there to protect children.
I have came across child pornography on TV during shows that I watch, like Tyra, but then I haven't come across it in my life. I don't know anybody that's been molested or anything.
I think it's the most wonderful piece of legislation, the child pornography legislation that's coming through, because it protects children. Childhood is such a wonderful, innocent thing, isn't it? And that's the way it should be kept. As much as possible, we all need to do our bit in trying to protect children, and that would be fantastic.
It is legal to watch child pornography in South Africa because child pornography is sexual exploitation of children, and our legislation in South Africa protects children against sexual exploitation.
Because I think that kids these days should be doing something better with their lives instead of watching porn and other things. There's better things to do. The world is big, and I believe that people must just go out and explore it instead of just doing things that are on the wrong.
The Film and Publication Board is responsible for the classification of films, interactive computer games, and certain publications with the aim of providing advice and information so that the public may make informed viewing, reading, and gaming choices, and also protect children from exposure to materials which might be damaging to their normal growth and development.